Lightworkers Unite is a podcast and social show hosted by intuitive women, lightworkers, and most importantly, friends, Mayume and Manjeet. Welcome to our podcast, Lightworkers Unite, where we believe there is a lightworker within all of us.
Whether you are a medium, an educator, or a nuclear medicine technologist, there is a lightworker within you, and we have work to do.
This is a safe and sacred place where lightworkers connect, grow, and learn.
And share our light with the world.
Let's go, Queen, as you say. I love your earrings, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Oh
are those purple?
They are, they're like gold and blue.
And
I wear them. Yeah, I wear
blue.
them.
They look green.
Yeah, they're bluey, kind of greeny, but it's got like gold flecks in there. But yeah, they're really fun with jeans, which I'm not wearing. I'm wearing, as I told you before, a black shirt and a very fancy scarf, and then my plaid pajamas. So I'm business up front. Party down below.
Party down below. I love it. And I changed and I'm in a very fancy black Nike sweatshirt with
I love it.
Yoga pants down below per usual.
Huge. I love it. I love it.
So, all right, let's dive in. What are we talking about today on episode 69? We heard a challenge and we're going to do it, man. We're going to live up to this. Lightworkers know how to have fun on episode 69.
Yeah, fuck yeah, we do. That's all. What else are we living for, man? If we can't have fun on 69 episode day.
God.
An
episode day. So we're talking about attracting your lightworker lover. Lover. This is about lovers, attracting a lover. Not just a lover, but the lover. Because we can always attract a lover.
Yeah. Well, we want the lover. Yes.
The lover.
Like the love of your life that makes you feel good on all the levels of your life, right? Like physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, right?
Yes.
Clitorally.
Yes.
What?
Correct. I don't
my God.
Look it up.
I don't know, but I think that should be, because that's an important
for
situation.
Us females, that is very important situation. So yes, this is what we're doing. We're going to talk about how do we attract love and lovers, and we're going to giggle the whole time. I just feel like this is going to be so fun.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because I think, we were kind of talking about this beforehand, and I think you make a really good point. Like, there's just I think that manifesting, right, this light lover is it for a lot of the women, like a lot of us listening and men, we are multidimensional beings. We're not just physical beings, right? We're spiritual entities. We are finding our light. We're looking inside of ourselves to shine brightly. And so when you're a light worker, you have an obligation to find a person, in your life that amplifies the light worker within you.
Yes.
Right? That's what
I agree.
What
we all want a partner, a partner, a soulmate, or someone that we connect with on all those levels, someone that we can do life with. And I love saying that with my sisterhood, my girlfriends, like I want to do life with my friends and with people, but I also want to do life with a romantic partner, someone who I can receive love romantically, physically, feel pleasure with, right? We're talking about our bodies now, physical attraction and attracting that light lover. So how do we start?
Sexual healing.
That's it. See, I kept saying I wanted to say sexual healing. Like, can we just name this topic sexual healing? But yeah, it is. It falls under that.
Yeah. I love that. So it kind of, I think this is, it's so interesting. I've met so many powerful light workers, and some of you are listening today, that maybe they feel a disconnect with their partners right
Yeah.
now. Maybe they're feeling, um, you know, some, some space there. There's like some
Mm-hmm.
bridge that wants to be built,
Yeah.
as you're growing and learning together over the years. Maybe you've been together for a really long time. Maybe you're new and the flame has died down, or maybe you've just been alone for so long that you don't know even how to attract that beautiful light lover,
Yes.
light worker
Right.
lover, you know?
And exactly. And I think this is a good episode to kind of come off the tails of the last one, which we had a couple weeks ago, was the
Yeah.
self-love, falling in love with ourselves. Because I do believe if you don't truly love yourself, then how can you expect someone else to also
Mhm.
love you? So once you've worked on yourself and you say, you know what, I'm ready, I love myself, I deserve this, I really want to attract a light lover. I just, I
Yes.
mean, I'm just cracking up that we're talking about this, but it's true. I think there are ways to, just like we manifest anything, you attract and bring something into your life. So for those that are looking for that partner, you want to, yes, I'm ready. My cup is full. I have a lot to offer. I deserve love. I'm ready
Mhm.
to bring that into my life, ready to attract this love. And
Yes.
for those that maybe already are married or committed in a relationship, how can you bring even further that deep rooted connection of physical contact, of pleasure, of sexual healing? How can we
Mm.
bring all of this in for our beautiful bodies, our vessels that house our soul that need
Yeah.
physical pleasure and stimulation and,
Yeah.
do I say it? An
And
orgasm.
I feel so dirty. We're like dirty
I
little birdies
know,
today. Oh
you're
my God. I
dirty
love
little
it.
birdies. That's so cute.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think that's really, it is really, and it's really cool for some of you that have been to my, that my last circle, which was all about love. It was, what's love got to do with it, right? And it was it's this whole concept of your heart, right, being this portal, this really powerful place where when we feel like we're giving love all the time, we forget sometimes to receive love,
Yes.
right? And so that the way our heart chakra is, the way that works most powerfully is when we are giving and receiving of love unconditionally with full gratitude, you know?
Yeah.
And until we're really at that place where we're happy and willing for that exchange, then we're ready to start manifesting that great, sexy, hot lover situation.
Situation.
you know,
Connection.
yes.
Yes.
And you'll feel ready because you feel deserving of that. And so when this beautiful mate shows up in your life, you're going to be able to receive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I
Right.
love that. It really does. I think number one, it does really start with you opening up this beautiful
Correct.
heart. Yeah. That you are
Yeah.
worthy. You deserve this. You are
Yes.
capable. Maybe it's been a long time since you've had a partner, but you are allowed to feel exquisite, unconditional love. You're allowed to, and you should.
Yes. And I really believe that connection with another human body is important. And yes, there's maybe sometimes you're saying, you know, I'm good. I don't really need someone in my life. I'm good by myself and on my own. I'm independent and I love my life. But I also think that we forget how much that contact is, how
Mm-hmm.
important that contact is needed, physical contact. And it can start with the holding of the hands,
Yeah.
right? Or sitting
Yeah.
really close to each other where you're touching. It is a hug and embrace,
Yeah.
really holding someone else and having them hold you. This
Mm-hmm.
physical touch is why our souls are having a human experience, is to feel all the physicality parts of the body.
Yeah.
So, and I love kissing. Hello, raise your hand if you like to kiss. Yes.
Yay.
Here's to kissing, make out sessions, all of that good stuff. but just touching lips and your mouth. And I really believe that our bodies coming together is so beautifully created to fit. And so we deserve that. And like
Yeah.
I said, and maybe you're listening and you're saying, been there, done that. I had my kids, I had my husband.
Hmm.
I'm good now. My husband either passed or I'm divorced. But find a way to really bring that back into your life or embrace if you are craving it, because maybe you don't know what you don't know. Maybe you're missing out on that physical physical touch,
Yeah.
which is one of our love languages too, by the way.
Yes, yes, exactly. And that really does. I love that because I know we're talking about sexy stuff, but
Yes.
it doesn't have to be like we're not talking about full, intercourse necessarily. And maybe
Or
it is
not. Just kidding. No, I
honoring our
mean,
bodies.
correct.
Maybe
Yes,
at certain places and times in our life,
sure.
it is really about just like you were saying, just the kissing or just the holding, just having
Mm,
somebody stroke your hair, somebody who
mhm,
puts their hand on your back with a loving gesture.
mm,
Sometimes, and if you're craving that, just kind of being aware of, oh yeah, that actually felt really good. I really
yeah,
like that. Being
yes.
aware of where your body is wanting to be
Fondled.
acknowledged.
Oh.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. This is so fun. So this is interesting, right? Maybe, and I mean, we talked about this in our last episode too about the love languages. Like there are certain times when I'm just not interested in physical touch at all.
Correct.
Like I
Yes.
just, when it's hormonal, women have all kinds of shit that we're going through pretty much all the
Yep.
time. We're stressed, we're working outside, inside the home. Fucking, it's just a lot. Um, but even and just acknowledging that as well, I think is really a powerful piece of saying, what do I need to do to relax enough to love, like just be in a quieter place and say no
Mhm.
to all of the outside things that are stressing me out so that I
Yeah.
can really enjoy physical touch. Maybe, I can really
Yes.
enjoy that. Like I can't get there if I'm too busy in my head.
No, and that's
Right.
why we have to find that balance and
Yeah.
and shut things off in our head and just stop and say, okay, what do I need? And yes, a lot of it is just quiet time. Maybe it's silence and meditation, and maybe it's creativity,
Hmm.
whatever it is, or maybe it's tuning out and escape with a Netflix show or something.
Maybe
But
it's an
let's
hour
not.
with your Pornhub.
Yes, or I was going to say that, which would stimulate some, yeah, some pleasure stimulation. Yes.
Oh my
We're
God.
talking about it. We're
This
talking about it,
is, I'm
people.
so,
Physical.
I just think this is so funny. I can't even believe it. I love it. I
Uh,
love it. But we had 69
it is.
episodes. So we need to like really, I think this is like a sign, right? To
Mhm,
talk
mhm.
about what is it that you really are ready to invite into your life, right? So I think that's part of the attraction. How do we
Yeah,
really invite somebody? Step one, right?
right.
Really believing that we're number one, we're worthy and we're in a really
First and
good place,
foremost.
right? Where we're ready to give and receive love unconditionally. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think number two is kind of what you were talking about too, is just generating some clarity around what does that person look like? Who are they? Who are
Yeah.
you wanting to actually attract, right, in your life?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm a big, as you guys know, I manifester. Like I believe that we can manifest anything. I truly believe this. So
Mhm.
if you are ready and you want to bring in love and a partner, he or she, then you have to sit in that vibrational match. So one, like Manjeet said, so now I'm worthy and I'm ready and I want to receive. So what does that look like? Let's get some
Mhm.
clarity about, and I'm not saying physically necessarily, because sometimes we pass up someone who's really fucking amazing, who is one of our soulmates that we're supposed to connect with, but we pass over them because we've judged the way they look, their body or their hair color, whatever it is. I
Mhm.
say, don't worry about what they look like, worry about how they make you feel. So your
Mm.
vibrational match is about, okay, I am envisioning and bringing in and allowing to have someone that makes me feel sexy, that makes me feel accepted, someone whom I feel loved and supported on all levels, who
Mhm.
who makes me feel as if I am their number one, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's different for everyone. Everyone's going to have different needs, but start writing it down, start saying it out loud, and start feeling it. I want
Yeah.
you to feel those emotions. What does it feel like to be someone's number one?
Mm.
To be someone else's person.
Oh, I
What does
love
that
it.
feel like?
Yeah. I love that. And I think also it's kind of right. It's about being the qualities that you want to see in your partner, right? Like
Yes.
if I want them to think I'm sexy, I want to be sexy. I want to
Yeah.
feel sexy, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of like you really embracing the qualities that you're really seeking in somebody else. So that is like what you're
Yeah.
saying about
Marrying it. Yeah.
bringing that vibration. And so when you see each other and you're in you're embodying those feelings, that emotion, and those qualities, you recognize each other on an energetic and spiritual level.
Correct.
You might
Yes.
not know them, but you'll be like, do I know you? Like, I feel like I
Mm,
know you, you know?
yes.
And that's what's happening is you are really personifying those qualities. I think that's really huge. And it's funny, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's all this work we're doing for ourselves.
Yes.
And then we just kind of sit back and let it happen. Let the attraction happen.
Well,
Come.
because if you're feeling good, what were you going to say? Say that
Oh,
again.
well, I was going to say, come to me, mama, or
Uh,
baby, or whatever.
come to me. I love it.
Come to me, baby.
So yes, I think if we are filling our cup with exquisite self-care, we are loving on ourselves and working ourselves spiritually, energetically, and with our mind, emotionally, and we're in a good place, we're ready to receive, then we are automatically going to raise our frequency, get in that vibration, and start exuding that energy of I am ready to attract love in my life, a lover, that
Mm,
physical someone that I want to connect with on all levels, bring them in. And I want to join our bodies together and join our souls together and join our lives and start blending. But you
mm.
will exude that energy and you're going to tell the universe, I'm ready. God, source, angels, universe, I'm ready. I am ready. Please bring them to me. And I want to be a vibrational match. I just want to feel this way. This person makes me feel this way.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's also, the worry that really I'm looking back at my relationship, right? Like meeting William Russell for the first time and what that was like for me. I was coming out of was coming out. It's such a hard time in my life. I can't even spit it out. But
I'm
I
not
was,
editing that out. I'm leaving it in.
yeah, I was going through a divorce, you know,
Yes.
and so for me, I felt like I lost a lot of my self confidence. I didn't feel attractive. I didn't feel successful. I felt really victimized by a failed marriage, and I was really, I mean, I felt like the walls and all the confidence that I had built for myself had just like came crashing down,
Yeah.
and so they were like all these pieces of my life, all these things about me that I wasn't sure what to do with that. And then as it happened, I got this job I lived in Canada. So I got this job in the US at the University of Washington. So I kind of picked up all the pieces of my life and put it in like a backpack. And then
Mm.
I kind of drove over the border. And then
What?
it was like, how do I build myself back? Who am I?
Yeah.
And I think this is like, and then when I met William, it was a really like this feeling of this is who I want, these are the kind of qualities I want in somebody, all this stuff we're talking about. But the thing that really helped me get to that place of like I'm really wanting to attract you in my life more was this concept of like surrendering. I feel like
Mm.
I had to really just let go of fucking butchering myself and my self-esteem for what had happened to me.
Yeah.
and like penalizing myself for, this failed relationship. And I just had to like surrender to all of that. I felt like I had to let that go so that I could just be free and love again. So I'm just, wondering if that, I don't know why I felt compelled to talk about that, but
I love that, because I'm sure somebody here needed to hear that. Yes, because it's that old story we tell ourselves of who we thought we were, or like you said, something that was, beating yourself up for a failed marriage, but really that didn't serve you. You were ready to let that go, move beyond that. I am still worthy and I deserve love. Still worthy and I deserve love. Yes.
I'm still worthy and I deserve love. I deserve great love. Yes. Great I love that.
Deep, truly, madly.
So do all of you, right? We all deserve that. We all are, it is our right on this earth. It is our sovereignty. It is our royalty, that we can embrace, that says, you know what? I fucked up in that relationship. But you know what? I learned a lot and I am stronger for it. And so you're actually heightened now emotionally and energetically to go, now I know what doesn't work.
That's right.
And that sometimes that's more important than knowing what does fucking work.
Yes. Now you know what I don't want. I don't want an asshole.
Nope. No, ma'am. No. No, sirree. No assholes or no dicks allowed. Yeah. No, they can fuck all the way off.
Maybe a dick, but no.
Well, the dicks are fine. But don't be a assholes. Dick. Have a dick. I mean,
thank you.
I mean, yes, thank you
or
for
that. You don't need a dick, and that's okay too.
That's okay too. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. I just think that's it was kind of disarming for me, thinking about manifesting, this beautiful man in my life. It really did require this humbling, this vulnerability within myself, this surrendering, this feeling of I'm capable. We're capable of growing and learning, and we're not fucking perfect. We're going to make mistakes. And that's where I think the next piece of this is really critical is communication. In order to really attract and manifest this beautiful light worker lover that encompasses all those things that you really desire and need and want and crave, it really is about communication, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Communication is key. And without communication, I mean, that's the foundation. Then everything else can fall easily. If we're not talking, if we're not connecting, if we're not expressing ourselves, if you're quiet and you're not sharing that this upset me, or sharing even the good stuff, if you're not saying, I love you and I appreciate you and I'm so grateful, or thank you for that. If we're not doing that with our partner, then we're in silence and we're just going through the motions. We have to communicate. Communication is huge.
Yeah.
I was just, goes, haywire sometimes, but
yeah, absolutely. And, and that it's just so interesting because that's exactly what I was talking about with my corporate clients. We were talking about leadership and all of that stuff. And one of the concepts that I was talking about today was the 3 C's. And I know, sounds kind of a little bit dirty. I know, but it wasn't. It's the 3 C's, is clear and compassionate communication.
Love it.
Right. There's a way that you can actually have conversation with your partner or your team. If you're working with a team, your mother, right? All of your daughters, like all your children, just kind of embodying this philosophy that, some conversations, especially if we're in trying to get clarity about something, are supposed to be a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's actually okay. That's actually where you're both being vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And that's where the attraction is born for cohesiveness.
Another C word.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, girl. We like the
threw in clarity, you threw in cohesiveness. I love it.
Yeah,
I love that. And it was I just had this like little epiphany or thought for all this younger generation. and this includes my teenage daughters who are 19, 17, and almost 15.
Mm-hmm.
They have this thing about conflict, or
Mm-hmm.
where not conflict, but like yeah, I guess it's conflict, where
Confrontation.
confrontation. Thank you. All
Okay.
these C
Yeah.
words, more C words, but it is confrontation, in which approaching someone and actually, like you said, having a voice and getting clarity might be uncomfortable
Yeah.
to communicate something. It might be. It doesn't have to be World War III, but it absolutely may be a conflict in the confrontation. But sometimes it's vitally important to have it. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes this younger generation, they stop with, oh my God, no, I can't say that. That's awkward. Or no, mate, no, mom, don't say anything, to the waiter. My God. But they gave me the wrong food. I have to communicate that I don't have the right dish.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone, girls, calm the fuck down. I'm not a Karen. I am just simply saying, sorry, this is not what I ordered.
I am not a Karen.
I am not a Karen.
I'm not, gosh darn it.
God
No.
damn it. No. Anyway, it's so
I
funny.
love that. Yeah, it's so true.
But you just said it so beautifully, in that, yes, it's going to it can be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that's when it has to be done.
Yeah.
It has to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And coming from a place of compassion should help eliminate.
Right.
That.
Yeah. And I think that that's part of this whole theory with my leadership and with my corporate leaders is, having this conversation and I'm like, oh my God, this is so applicable to what we're talking about right now. Like I literally just had this conversation about, asking, is there a way to have a conversation where you are trying to articulate your truth that doesn't have to end up in a fight? Is that possible? Right. So this is where, with clear and compassionate conversations, you're saying, yes, it is 100% possible for us to have hard conversations and not be fighting and in fucking divorce or the complete implosion of this team. Right. Those hard conversations actually create a vulnerability, which really it creates bravery. Right. Yeah. That's how we get brave. And that's how we see each other being vulnerable with each other, which creates more cohesion. So that's actually a really powerful way to build that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
But it takes practice. It takes time. It takes awareness to say, oh my God, that really hurt my feelings. What you said to me, it landed in my heart and it made me feel about 1 inch big. And I don't want that in my life. I don't want to ever feel like that again.
Right.
Do you hear me?
So true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's coming from a place of compassion. And if we came from anger or we're pissed off and we automatically assume that person doesn't, that their intention was to hurt me. Like, oh, how dare you? Don't you know anything about me? And how could you do that? And blah, 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 and then name calling, all this stuff. So, I mean, I digress. Of course, this is about attracting lovers and stuff, but it's true about this. And in order to do that, are we willing to really surrender, open our heart, and be open to the blending of our lives, our communication, to make that beautiful, sexy, physical, spiritual, energetical, emotional relationship work?
Clitoral.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to add that one.
Yes. Tutorial, but no.
Yes, queen. Yeah. I love it. No, I love that. And like even just your example about being misunderstood because you're speaking your truth, right? Being being labeled as a fucking Karen when you're just saying compassionately and kindly, hey, I think you fucked up on the order. Yeah. It's not like you're saying, you dirty fucking bitch. Like, what the fuck? You're not being.
No, you're saying hey, of course, because that's how we would speak to someone we don't know in public.
Yeah.
Hello. That is, providing a service. Yeah. I think that what we're trying to say is, if you're ready, right? If you are ready, these are things that you have to be willing to do to get what you want, if you are ready to share your life with someone and have a person, a lover, that physical touch, joining of lives, you're going to have sometimes communication issues. And as long as you come from a place of compassion for yourself, you're still speaking your truth.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to just don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid, because maybe we're saying all this stuff because your past relationship was fucked up, full of anger and explosions, and you couldn't get past it. So know that it is okay to try again and be open to that. Try
I
something
love
new.
that. Yes, yes. You're worthy of that, right? We're worthy of that, of feeling that profound
Mhm.
joy. And I think what happens too with light workers in particular is we are very multidimensional people, right? We're integrating our physical bodies, and we're connecting with our emotional selves, we're connecting with our energetic self, and we're connecting with spirit. And so we are looking for another multidimensional being.
Mhm.
And sometimes and what I've heard with some of my folks is that they don't feel like it's possible. Like, oh, there's no such person that exists, and then I'm like, well, you exist.
Mhm.
And you're a beautiful multidimensional person. So why would you feel like that person doesn't
Yes.
exist in the world, right? So it's kind of
Yeah.
like opening up, taking off the blinders and saying, what is possible for me? And maybe
Mhm.
they're not like, I mean, I know with my husband, William Russell, he's not gonna like be fucking sage in the house with me.
Yeah.
Okay. I know this. He is not on that dimensional level,
Yeah.
but he's spiritual enough to
Yes.
hold space for me,
Exactly.
to be where I need to
Enough.
be. But he's not going to do the woo woo with me. He's just not that kind of person.
Mm.
So you kind of meet people, I think, on the dimension where they are, and know that there's space here, and they understand me. They don't have to get all of it. They just can't make fun of me about it.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
can't, they
Right.
have to respect that
They have
this
to
is who I
respect
am.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like
Does
you
that make
respect
sense? Like,
yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Energetically, and all on all those dimensions.
All
So
of those
thinking you're going to
things.
be like right on that level all the time with that person, that's not realistic, I don't think,
No,
right? I
no.
mean,
And if you expect them to accept all of you, then you have to accept all of them. And
yeah,
you're not going to meet this perfect. Nobody's
there's
perfect. First of
nobody
all, let's
yeah.
scratch it. There's no such thing.
Let's just
You
get
just
that
have to,
straight, ladies
yes,
and
let's
gents.
just find that person that you connect with and can share life with, and stop the judgment. Stop saying they have to be this, they have to at least be that, or they have to be at least as good as my last person. Like,
Mhm.
no, they have to be themselves. They have
Yeah,
to be them, and you have to accept them for them, and you have to be willing to let everything else fall down to the wayside so that you can see them truly.
yeah,
Let down the
yeah.
walls and see them.
And I think, try. Like, there's nothing wrong with giving somebody a chance, right? Have fun, have a little bit
Yeah.
of fun. I remember I was in like a long-term relationship when I was younger. And then I dated this guy. Oh my God, Mayume. He was fucking gorgeous. His body, he was like a bodybuilder, and I'd never dated anybody like that before.
Oh
But he
my.
was fucking broad, tall, beautiful. Like, I mean, he was
Mm,
just super sexy to me, like his physique. And this is, I'm
hubba
like in,
hubba.
oh my
Yeah.
God. But I had never experienced that before, that kind of physique, that kind of body.
Ah,
And so we dated for a little while. And of course, I mean, God love him. He was about as dumb as a fucking
oh shoot.
like brick of like, I don't even know the saying. You know the saying? He was
Yeah. Dumb as a
just like,
doornail. Or
thank you,
right.
or like a box of bricks. Nope, that's wrong. I don't
Wasn't the
know.
sharpest knife in the drawer.
There you go. Or pencil in the box, sharpest pen. He was not a very bright. I don't know. I'm making shit up now. I don't know the
I love
sayings.
it. Ah.
People know me that I don't do it.
Mhm.
But I just remember thinking, he's really beautiful, but
On your
we're not
mental level.
intellectually, yeah, on
Yeah.
that same level at
Compatible.
all,
Mhm.
at all. And so the relationship didn't flourish,
Of
obviously,
course not.
because I was
Yeah.
like, I kind of want somebody a little bit more focused and more, more intellectually like stimulating, not just
Yes.
physically stimulating.
Correct.
You know,
Stimulation.
yeah.
Yes.
But if I hadn't had that experience, and taken that risk and taken those like leaps of faith of manifesting, these lovers, these light workers in my life, he taught me a lot about my body. And, that was really exciting, right? But that's an experience that you get to hold on to and love.
Yeah.
And then also realize, okay, I think I want something more.
Something more. That's right. Because it has to meet all the levels. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah. And only you know what they are, right? Like that's the whole thing.
Right.
You light worker listeners, you know what you want. And you get to do that.
Yeah. You get to light worker listeners. I love that. It sounds so pretty. Yes.
I know, because they are pretty. They're all beautiful.
We love you guys. We should have them start sending us photos of who our people are, what they look like.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, please send us pictures. And I hope this was helpful. I hope this was fun. We added a little, sexy
69.
talk.
Add a little 69, a
little tips and tricks.
Like tips and tricks. I know. Well, it is the month of love in February. So we thought, why not? We've talked about self-love. We talked about love languages and relationships. Why not talk about physical touch and physical love and attracting and manifesting that lover, that love of your life? Yeah. Or reconnecting with the one you already have. So yeah.
Yes. Opening your heart to that new dimension of your current lover. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And
I
try
fucking love it.
Communication from a place of compassion.
Yes, I love it. And so if, anything is coming up for you guys listening to this episode, any kind of ahas or any kind of question, feel free to reach out, send us messages. We get a lot of emails from folks that are, and text messages that say, oh my gosh, that really, and we love that. We love that so much. That communication kind of really helps us know that we're picking up on the collective consciousness of where everybody is as well, because it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. We love coming together to help you guys and to serve you guys with some information and, like you said, tips and tricks and strategies to help you on your light worker way. Yes.
You said come together.
I know. Tricks
and tips. Only the tips, please.
Only the tips.
Only the tips.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Just the.
Oh my God.
Well, how old are we? You would not
ridiculous.
think we were fucking 50-year-old women. Look at us.
Well, we don't usually just sit and talk about this. It'd be nice if we had a guest who could help us out with some of this. But you know what? We thought, no, we can do this. We know how to manifest and teach you guys about self-love and how to attract love. So there you go.
Yeah. So
Have
go get it,
folks.
Go get it, light workers.
Yes.
You are deserving and you are worthy and we love you. And we cannot wait to see you soon.
Yep. Practice that physical touch. Here we go. Sexual healing. All right. It was so great. I know. I might open up the podcast with that. So we'll end with it. That's what we'll do.
We should. Oh, girl.
We will.
It's gonna be hot.
Oh,
just make sure you're next to a fire extinguisher when you're listening to this.
Oh my God. So funny.
All right.
Well, love you guys. Love you, man. Good job. All right. We'll talk to you next week, guys.
Bye. Bye, guys. Namaste.